Hello everyone, my name is Dhruv. I'm an intern at LEXIS and Company, and today in this video we are going to discuss vicarious liability of the state. Now, according to English law and Indian law, vicarious liability of state have some different aspects to look at, and today in this video we are going to look those aspects in detail. So, talking and starting with the English common law under vicarious liability of state. So, the common law maxim which states that rex non potest pecare, which means that the king can do no wrong, and it provides absolute immunity to the crown, and in that neither the crown nor could its employees or servants ever be held liable for any of the wrong committed by them. And now this was under the Crown Proceeding Act 1947, and it says that the king can be made responsible like a private individual. This was the change in their common maxim and as well as their King Proceeding Act. So now when it comes to India and Indian law, it states that crown was not answerable for the torts that were committed by its servants, and they have never been applied in India. So, as a state in a mixed economy of vast population, and also by virtue being a semi-socialist economy, the government still plays a major role in most and almost all aspects of economy. Now, this means that there is a lot of interaction between the state and the citizens of India, and may it be in the form of trading with government companies or interacting with the state officers such as the police or the bureaucrats. So, hence, of the utmost importance that the citizens should be made liable for all those acts of its officers which cause harm to any of the citizens. Now, as compared to ancient times, the rule of law was considered supreme, and the binding on was everyone was alike, like the king, judge, and ordinary citizen. But the Government of India Act 1865, and which Section 58, Section 65 states that all person and bodies politic shall may have and take the same suits, which says remedies and proceedings legal and equitable against the Secretary of State of India as they could done against this country. So in this case, the provision of the Government of India Act, it says that for the first time in India, before the Calcutta Supreme Court was judicial interpretation, and the CJ Peacock determined the vicarious liability of the East India Company by classifying its functions into the sovereign and the non-sovereign. So this was classified within the two functions, and the sovereign function can be described as a function which is performed exclusively by the government under the sovereign powers of the state, or refers to the function they are authorized by the statute. Now, examples in this include that the functions of the army, functions which are done by the police, or the powers which are enjoyed by the Police Act. So these were the sovereign functions, and non-sovereign functions included the functions which are performed by all the private entities. Now, sovereign immunity or the crown immunity, which was earlier discussed, is a legal doctrine by which the sovereign or state cannot commit a legal wrong and is immune from civil suit or criminal prosecution for all the time. Now, in constitutional monarchies, the sovereign is the historical origin of the authority which is created by the courts. Now, thus the courts had no power to compel the sovereign or to be bound by the courts. So the private entities were also there, and as they were created by the sovereign for the protection of his or her subjects. Now, at their core, what sovereign immunity doctrine prohibit is generally clear, and it says that a suit against an unconsenting sovereign, which can be a state, a tribe, or a foreign nation, or a federal government, for money damages. So when the suit falls outside this configuration, however, courts often have difficulty in determining that exactly what should they do in and like how far this doctrine should be extended. So sovereign immunity, the principle derived from the ancient truism, and that the king can do no wrong. It was again stated, and holding the nations that they are immune from the jurisdiction of other nations and courts. This was all by till now, and then with this type of judgment proceedings, the issues that were raised in this case were that whether the police officers were guilty of negligence in taking care of some gold seized, as we see in the Kasturi Lal case, and whether the state was liable to compensate Kasturi Lal for the loss of the cost which was caused by the public servant and it is employed by the state. So there were certain questions regarding to this, and further we will be discussing vicarious liability in videos. So till now we will keep it here only. Thank you.